Dirt roads to rock crawling, two-buck chuck to screaming eagle, moonshine to 50-year-old single malt. We talk about it all here on Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey with your hosts, Jason and Chris.
Welcome to Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, episode 115 here in Studio L in Chris's humble abode.
Humble?
Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
I should say palatial
Yeah.
abode.
I know, it's just...
Man, I get lost every time coming over your house. I don't know. There's so many doors and hallways and...
Who'd have thought this place would be worth more than a million?
chefs walking around. It's like, have you seen Chris? No, I haven't seen Mr. Chris. No, Mr. Chris.
Just take the elevator, right?
Yeah, and then the elevator wasn't working. I don't know what the hell that's all about. You need to get that fixed.
Elevator takes you straight to hell.
It might have been it goes straight to you get in the elevator, there's just a big H. You're going to hell.
Express!
No stops on the second floor for lingerie or anything, just straight to hell. Damn. Wow, you might want to look at. Was that disclosed when you bought the house?
Yeah, I offered more for it.
Or was that one of the selling points for you? Jesus.
Well, I noticed that Lorenzo jumped into the elevator, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
and he came back.
There's no ice in hell. Just saying.
Oh, that's right.
So all your drinks
What if
are
there's
neat.
any whiskey?
Well, they're all neat.
You know what? It's probably Fireball. It's obviously Fireball from
Fuck
hell.
yeah.
That's where that shit's from.
Fireball and White Claw.
The White Claws.
Fire Claw.
You saw my meme today of the Waylon Jennings.
I did.
Yeah, because they never wrote a country song about White Claws.
No.
No. Well, it's not my meme. I don't know. I stole it.
Yeah, well,
borrowed it. I borrowed it.
Borrowed.
But anyways, here we are, Studio L. Another warm California day.
Hey, the house
Beautiful.
is air conditioned. So.
I noticed that. That is nice. Again, just first class living up here at Studio L.
When we bought the house, it didn't have air conditioning.
Oh.
And Janine was pregnant with Miranda in that summer.
Yeah. No, that didn't last long, did it?
It was only 116 outside. It was 99 inside. And she was like 8 months pregnant. And she's like, we're getting AC. I'm like, yeah, we are. So, yeah. Had AC.
So there you
since.
go. Ooh, nice.
What are we drinking?
I don't know. What is this stuff? What do we
Old
got
L.
here? Well, no, wait. We started with a Weller 107, Antique 107.
Antique 107. Boy, that's a good one.
Boy, that is
Spicy.
a good one. It's got some punch to it, but it smooths out. The first sip's like, whoa, but then it's like there's a ton of flavor.
Spicy, it's very good.
Yeah. And then we jumped over here to straight wheat, Old Elk. That could be a bottle killer tonight. That's got maybe a little over a shot left in it.
Yeah, it's close to being a dead soldier.
I just poured a little sniglet over here. I didn't go too crazy because there wasn't much left in the bottle.
I might finish that tonight.
It would be a bottle killer.
Well, I think well, you got to drive. So.
I know. So I just having a little tasty taste. And it tastes damn good.
So tonight's episode, we have a special guest that's going to be on a little bit later that we'll introduce. I'm really looking forward to that.
All right.
A little update on some stuff that went down last weekend.
Yeah. Wow, exciting. Exciting.
A little bit of scary excitement, but you'll get all the deets later.
Okay.
In the meantime, we got a little bit of catch-up to do.
Ketchup.
Can I get some ketchup over here?
Heinz 57. Ketchup. Need some ketchup here.
Saying ketchup. I just listened to a podcast all about ketchup. And they said, Del Monte's like the redheaded stepchild of the ketchup world.
Really?
Yeah, until 1988 or something, they called their ketchup catsup.
Really?
Yeah, because they were like I said, the redheaded stepchild in the whole ketchup world.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, this podcast I listen to is stuff you should know. I've mentioned it before on the show, but I enjoy listening to that. There's all sorts of little tidbits you'll use to gain your brain pan.
Huh.
Build your brain pan, make yourself smarter.
Useless knowledge, like Norm on Cheers.
Shit ton of useless knowledge. There's even one of the best podcasts.
No, it was Cliff Clavin. Cliff Clavin. That was it.
One of the best episodes ever from them is all about hummingbirds. Just saying.
You can probably look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
Cheers was a great show.
So yeah, in the meantime, ketchup,
caught up. Okay.
That was a little rabbit hole. Holy shit.
I know.
Have some more alcohol, Chris. So we have a new review.
Oh, we got a review. Let's read it. You
gonna read it?
So I sent off a couple stickers.
You did?
Just today. Yep. People that wrote reviews, they DM'd me on the old gram.
Uh-huh.
And said, hey, just wrote a review. Can I get a sticker? And I said, heck yeah, you can. We'll even throw in a dirtbag sticker.
Dirtbag Johnny.
So, yeah. So let's see. What do you got here?
Okay. So, yeah, this came in a couple days ago, last week. Got a guy from, oh my gosh.
COVID.
Really?
Sorry.
COVID. Oh, shit. I saw
No,
it.
I just had a test done. I'm good.
Oh, boy.
Or at least for right now.
Yeah, but, you never know. When Colorado had more.
I know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Okay, so anyway, back to the reviews. We got, this is from JZTRD.
JZTRD. He must be a Toyota guy, huh?
JZ Turd.
One of those turds?
Must be a Toyota guy. Anyway, 5 stars. These guys are great. Ooh. Great podcast. Love listening to it all. Love listening to it at work and on the road to go wheeling and camping. Go Toyotas, though. Oh, yeah, definitely a Toyota guy.
Oh, he did put the though. That's great. I love it.
Right on, man. Thank you for the review. That's awesome.
That's great.
Appreciate it.
Well, DM me. I'll send you a sticker.
Absolutely.
A little sticker swag pack that we put together.
We got stickers coming out of our ears.
Yeah, that's good. So we're up to 141 reviews, Chris. We're banging on 150.
Yep. I don't know. Are we gonna do something for 150, or is there any? Or maybe wait till 200.
Oh, we got to get to 200. I think Snail Trail's like 250 or something. They're gaining on it.
Well, they got to give away.
They're giving away a freaking winch. Talk about, we give away a sticker, but I mean, they're really like, what do you call that? That's
rolling
bribing,
bribing
right?
and rolling large.
Yeah. That's what you do when you're the number one Toyota podcast.
Well, that doesn't mean we don't do giveaways, and I think we're going to do.
Hey, how about that? Good segue.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about it. You dropped a little hint, little Easter egg, as they say on the last episode.
That's right.
Or 2 episodes ago.
So my mistake is your gain. Somebody's gain. Some lucky listener's gain.
And what do you got, Chris?
I've got a Factor 55 Haas Fairlead.
Haas.
That has never been used, not bolted up. Was just taken out of the box and admired.
Where is it? It was sitting on the studio desk here, and now I don't see it.
It's right here.
Oh, let's see what this thing looks like.
It's the 1 inch thick Haas Fairlead in their standard anodized gray color. Like I said, never been used. It's still in I got the original box, the original sticker, original packaging, everything. Never been used, never bolted. So, yep. And Jason's going to give you all the details on how we're going to give this sucker away.
Ooh, this thing's sexy. It's all smooth.
Isn't it?
It's like smooth as a baby's butt. So, yeah, that's nice, man. That's a nice Fairlead.
Jason stroked it now.
I did. It's been touched. It's not, oh boy, not even going to go there. So increases the life of your synthetic rope because, there's no stress on it. Right. High angle pulls, okay for high angle pulls. Let's see what else here. So standard bolt spacing.
Just got to make sure there's nothing sharp directly behind it.
That yes, and that does happen. Some of those winch mount plates is just bent up steel and they have rough corners. And if you get on an extreme pull, as Tyler found out, it'll cut that rope before it even hits the Fairlead.
Like a knife through butter.
Yeah, it's pretty down.
Hot knife through butter.
Oh, look at this one. Machined outer corner chamfer to reduce rope stress during front suspension suck down.
Oh, boy.
You know what that is, Chris?
That's what you do with your buggy.
Yeah. Hey, did you see that video? I think I'm going to have to look it up, but I think it was Kristen. I'll look it up, but there is a video that was going around today that we're recording, and you see him climbing this buggy, climbing this 4-steer buggy, badass buggy. Climbing this very steep incline, and he let the suck down out. It was already sucked down to make the climb, and then he started letting it out, and it totally unsprung the front end, and he damn near went over backwards, but threw it in reverse and saved him.
Oh, wow.
And then it's violently went down this steep ass hill because his rear tires were turned, and it sent him sideways. But he was able to stop. I mean, got it up on 2 wheels and it came back down. But it was a violent but very cool recovery.
Saved himself.
So speaking of recoveries, Factor 55, very cool, owned by Warren now.
Owned by Warren.
So how are we going to give this thing away, Chris? We're gonna start this contest on July 27th. July 27th when this podcast airs, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so you're listening to this. The contest is open. Now, if you're listening to this in 2024, shame on you. You should be caught up by now. And
gone.
Yeah, you can listen to the episode in August. When are we announcing this thing? August. It's going to end. So let me not get complicated here. It's July 27th.
Right.
This contest will start, and then it is going to end August 31st.
31st.
August
right.
31st. And so we will announce the winner on the August 31st podcast?
No.
Oh.
September 7th
Oh,
podcast.
September 7th podcast. Okay. September 7th. There you go.
7th.
2021. September 7th. And real easy, we'll post it up on the IG and tag 3 friends.
That's
What do you
right.
do? Just go in, tag 3 friends.
Yep.
You know, if you want to follow Factor 55, you can. Not necessary. You want to follow Warren, you can. Not necessary. You want to follow what else is out there to follow? Chris's OnlyFans page. I wouldn't advise that. But no, just tag 3 friends and let's beat up the IG there. And so you can unlimited entries. You want to sit there and tag, a bunch of people you don't know. That's fine too.
Yeah, Snail
Whatever.
Trail,
Just
Yoda,
keep-
Toyota, 4x4, Tyler.
Whatever.
You
You want to do some rover stuff, tag your rover buddies, International Scout,
Georgia Boy, whatever.
Whatever, whoever you want to tag, go ahead, tag away.
You
but,
could even tag
but you got to have three people in that tag, that per, post.
That's
Per
right.
se, response to that
That's right.
post, I should say. We will include free shipping in the lower 48.
That's correct.
So we will announce the winner, and if we don't know them or whatever, we'll get their address and we will ship it to you in the lower 48. If you're outside the lower 48, we'll work with you.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll work with you, but there's going to be a little bit of cost on your end, I'm sure, because we are still recovering from Lorenzo's escapades.
We're broke.
Yeah, we're freaking broke, and we just bought these magnetic koozies, and they literally sucked all the money out of our bank account.
Pretty much.
So
that's how strong they are.
There's that,
So
But,
this is an $80 value.
$80 value. Hey,
Yeah.
damn, it is nice. It's heavy too.
Oh yeah, no, this is legit.
Yeah,
It's legit, fairly.
too legit to quit.
So
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Who sang that song? Back in the 90s there. Too legit to quit. He lived in Fremont.
You're talking about MC Hammer.
MC Hammer.
He lives in Tracy now.
Too legit to quit. Really?
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, we just like to keep it real here on the Wheeling Wine and Whiskey podcast and just bring it right back to our roots.
Da 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 da
No.
da 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 da. Hammer time.
Can't wheel this.
Can't
We should start that one.
Can't wheel this.
Can't wheel this.
Oh boy.
So
yeah, we give till it hurts here. So we got a new giveaway happening. It's not a winch, but it's something that goes to a winch. So yeah, if you win the winch from Snail Trail Boys, then you need a fair lead. We got your fair lead.
is it a synthetic rope? I don't think it's
I'm
synthetic
not even.
rope.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
I think it's
If you
like
need a synthetic
baling
rope
wire or something.
Freedom ropes. Yeah. So anyway, there you go.
Right on. Okay, cool. Let's see what else we got. So we read the review. Hey, how about our patrons? We just picked up another patron.
Oh, that's right. We have a new
and we are going strong here. We thank each and every one of you.
Love our patrons.
We're looking at this beautiful Christmas tree board. I honestly, every time we pull this thing out to record, I'm like, man, how far we've come from a stone pad with a chisel and not that far, but
I think we were using just a laptop with a couple of cheap microphones, with a cheap mixing board and a couple of microphones.
You know why I brought that up? Because sitting here in the Studio L, which is also your home office, your birth certificate's on the wall and it's engraved in stone. So
Well, yeah. Well, shit, yeah. I mean, come on, man. Fucking
I crack myself up.
live in bedrock here.
Barney's your neighbor. Hey,
Freddie.
Freddy boy.
Get over here, Wilma. Do you think Fred and Wilma, do you think they swapped?
Stop it. That's the Barney, and what is it? Barney and
Betty and Barney and Fred and Wilma.
Oh, Fred and Wilma, right?
You think they ever swapped?
Next door neighbors.
I don't know.
I don't know. I love their shower. The elephant that would like suck up a bunch of water and then just.
That was a great cartoon.
Oh God!
They don't make them like that anymore.
Here we go, man. Just derailing this thing.
Derailing.
Back to the patrons.
Oh yeah,
that
love
help
our
us
patrons.
talk nonsense into microphones here and record it and send it out on the podcast RSS feeds.
Well, don't get me started on that.
No, we've been having some issues with that, but hopefully it's being resolved as we speak. But anyways, thank you very much. And if you want to become a patron, you can just go on to our Wheeling Wine and Whiskey webpage, wheelingwineandwhiskey.com.
That's right.
There's a link there for Patreon. Also, swag. The new koozies are up. I know people have been buying those and getting some shirts and sweatshirts. So super, super freaking cool. So,
winter's just around the corner. You might want to pick up a beanie or two.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And then Chris, that's got a blue Toyota 4Runner motorhead skier.
Oh,
on
yeah.
Instagram. Yeah, he posted up. He's got he was the first one to place an order. He was his total the koozies came in, he placed an order, and he was the first one to get the brand new ultra mega koozies. So
what was his name?
Chris.
What was his name?
Chris?
Oh, great name.
Oh, jeez. I was wondering where you're going with that. So he lives up there in the beautiful Sierras.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and is out recreating all the time out there. So I've run across him winter and summer.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
Well, thanks for supporting the show and buying our stuff.
Yeah,
That's
thank
cool.
you so much. So, anyways, if you want to get yours, you can.
Absolutely.
We will be at Sierra Trek 2021. That is August 12th through the 15th. We talked about it on previous podcast. I know some of the runs are full at this point. And if you wanted to go, you can still go. You're welcome to show up at the event as well, but you will not get food. They have a limited number of extra food tickets. I mean, very minimal, because obviously they're trying to keep food costs down.
Yep.
And the drop dead date is the day that we're recording it'd be tomorrow that we're recording this, for food.
So when you're listening to this, it's too late to register.
It's too late to register for food, but you can still get in on any runs that are open. You can go to the cal4wheel.com website, Sierra Trek link, and then you can register and go on the runs and stuff, but you will be eating your own food, whatever you bring up, which is fine.
And the runs are from Mild to Wild.
Yeah, they're of course the Fordyce Trail is the the star of the show per se,
wild.
And that's super cool because it's a great time to run that trail if you've always wanted to do it and thought about it, and maybe you didn't trust your buddies to go run it, and so it's very well organized. There's people out there to help you at all the wind chills and guide you.
And the creek is down.
Yeah, and then they lower the water level of Fordyce Creek that you go through 3 times, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And the first crossing is always a fun one. I've never liked water. I like it more than mud, but it's always a little intimidating dropping down that big rocky hill to that first river crossing, and then there's that big hole that lurks in there, and those that know stay to the left, and then those that don't know go right through the middle and fall into that big hole, and it's like water going right through your trout swimming right through your Jeep. So it's
just catch the trout and you got lunch.
But it is a great time, even if you just go out to check it out and come say hi to us. We are going to have a booth with Dirtbag Johnny's going to be there,
right?
So we're going to share a booth with him. We'll be right in front of, not next to, but right in front of the Snail Trail group. So you'll actually have to go through our booth to get to see Tyler and Jimmy at Snail Trail. So so yeah, we got front row. I got told that
we
today.
trumped them.
Yes. So since we are the number one off-road
that's right
podcast,
as long as Mike and Max aren't there, or Mike and Mike.
Right. So, anyways,
talk about that
check out Sierra Trek. We're going to donate a raffle prize. Put a little pack together. We're coming up with some good ideas here. Johnny's going to have his prize pack from Dirtbag. Of course, there's all kinds of vendors and stuff that donate stuff. I mean, there's Winch. There's usually 5 Tires from BFG. They've always been a huge supporter. So always some great stuff. I did reach out to Mr. Khaleesi of Element Fire Extinguisher and said, hey, I'm setting up this booth. I've got some extra flyers for the Element Fire Extinguisher. I'm looking for a dummy one that, I don't want to set out my fire extinguisher and have some, drunk, Samurai or Toyota owner just strike this thing off in camp. So
just walk away with it.
Yeah, right. So he goes, oh yeah, I can hook you up with that, and I will donate one for the raffle. So that's cool. So there's an $80 fire extinguisher that'll be
right on.
So a lot more prizes I know that are coming together here. So it's a great time.
It is,
and beautiful, beautiful area. And so check it out, cal4wheel.com, Sierra Trek. What else you got over there, Chris?
Well, we started talking about our Patreon patrons, and we have a new one.
Yeah.
So I want to give a big shout out to Timothy Hunziker.
Wow.
Hunziker? Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you so much. That's awesome.
That is
Welcome
awesome.
to the club, the Old Elk Club.
He's a big supporter.
Very cool. I gotta put in my notes here. I gotta call Mr. Outsane 80.
That's right.
For a flask.
Yeah, we owe a few flasks.
Because I know I placed the order and they should be done. So I need to pick those up. I got a job going right by his house, so I'm going to call him up and see if I can get those out. Perfect. And I will ship those to you. You know who you are.
That's right.
You got flask a-coming.
Personalized flasks.
Yes.
Sweet.
I love it. So good.
Sweet. And then, so the only other thing is I know I've got a couple of shout outs or questions from people, some patrons. I know that Dirtbag Johnny and his drunkenness at our 100th episode made a promise.
15 episodes ago.
15 episodes ago, that's right.
Shit.
To provide every patron at the time with a free shirt. And last time I communicated with him, he was ordering the shirts, and they're going to start shipping shortly. So please be patient. We're working on it.
It's a free shirt, so you can't complain.
It's a free shirt. You can't. That's right.
And those in the Old Elk Club are going to get a little something extra, a little something extra in their package there. So
exactly.
So look for that. That will be happening very soon.
Membership has its privileges.
Yeah, Johnny had to work some side jobs. His wife's been doing OnlyFans, just trying to earn some extra money to pay for these shirts. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the story I got.
Send me the link for that.
Okay.
All right. So okay.
Speaking of OnlyFans, how did that birthday cake go over for your wife that said cinnamon on it?
Loved
Happy birthday,
it.
Cinnamon.
We ate both cakes.
Oh, awesome.
They were good. The cakes were really good.
They were good. Good.
One actually survived almost a week, but towards the end of the week, it was getting a little dry.
Yeah, it's sitting in the refrigerator.
Yeah. We didn't freeze any of them, but
custard fillings.
So good though. She was super happy to get those cakes for.
It's a nice surprise, huh?
Yeah, and she was wondering about cinnamon, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. They just made a mistake. Sorry.
I just call her Cinnamon from now on.
There you go. It's yours.
So
I'm not even. Stop, Jason. Stop. I'm glad I still have a filter.
No. So anyway, we caught up with one of our good friends who was organized a trip for our Jeep club, the annual summer camp out that usually finds some pretty cool destinations that the club wants to enjoy, and this year was no exception. It was a great place to go, and unfortunately there was some excitement that went with it, and so we took the opportunity to bring our good friend Eddie into the show. Eddie, and he Skyped in. And we got the whole story about the excitement for the
summer camp out. Yeah, Esprit de Force summer camp out. So it was it's one of the big runs of the year, and always try and find an area where there's multiple trails, variety of trails from mild to wild, or at least some sort of rock crawling that everybody. So there's something for everybody, and of course hanging out for a few days with the club and the meals. Eddie was doing all the meals this trip, breakfast and dinners, and I mean, I was remiss. I had a trip already planned before this was finalized, and so I did not make it. But man, what a freaking adventure! And so Eddie, we beamed in Eddie on Skype.
That's right.
He had to sign up for Skype. He didn't even know what Skype was.
He doesn't know what any of that stuff is.
So we got that going. So
he drives a Toyota.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? World needs ditch diggers too.
Anyway, Eddie's a great guy, and
all right.
So let's want to roll this.
Bring him on in. All right, hey Chris, we got a special guest on this fine evening.
I'm so excited,
and it is none other than Eddie that we referred to on the podcast numerous times. He has a yellow.
Sushi roll.
Yeah, Toyota. 84, 85 Toyota.
1983.
83, okay. I was a little bit older.
It is a chop top now.
It is a chop top.
Did you buy it new?
We won't get into that.
You bought a new, didn't you?
We won't get into that. Right, it's a chop top. Eddie, how the heck are you? Welcome to the podcast.
I'm doing good.
Right on. Well, here you go. Is this your first time podcasting?
It sure is.
That's ours too, so that's good. We'll just do this together. We'll figure this thing out
together.
We'll fake it till we make it.
That's right.
Hey, so we're bringing you on because you were the curator, trail boss extraordinaire of the Esprit de Four, our 4-wheel drive club summer camp out, which is one of like the 4 big events of the year.
That's right.
And You put in numerous hours prior to scouting out trails and camps and organizing. I mean, it's a major thing to really kind of cross all the T's and dot all the I's to put an event together this size. And so, anyways, you put the event together. It happened this past weekend, and the short version is you got ran out of camp by fire. So. Just walk us through. I know you did a lot of preliminary stuff and everything, but you got there on Wednesday to kind of get things set up, and you were doing meals and all that stuff. So just kind of walk us through the that led up to the events of running for lowlands and out of the hills.
Running for your life.
Yeah.
I'll start off with it's Wednesday morning. My wife and I, we started our leisurely drive out to Markleeville. I was, in the Dodge towing the Toyota, and the wife was in the Venza towing up our little party wagon with all the stadium kitchen supplies.
Okay.
And we arrived about 2:00 and set up the stadium kitchen and just sat back and relaxed.
Nice. That's a good way to start the event.
Yeah.
So where were you camping at?
We were at the Carson River Resort in Markleeville.
Okay.
And you developed a good relationship with the owners there last year, right?
Yes, Phil and Connie are the owners there. And I was also working a lot with Becky with the Alpine Chamber of Commerce because we had to schedule things around because of the death ride.
Yeah, so there was
the bicycles.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a name for a bike race.
Well, yeah, You want to sign up for the death ride, Chris?
Sure. What the hell?
Sign me up.
Sounds like fun.
That's a great event, man.
I was looking for Sousa, but I never saw him.
He was training for it, and but he's got some medical issues that kept him back. So yeah.
Lobotomy?
No. Addictomy.
With me on the death ride, it would be the damn bicycle seat.
Yeah, no, it would. No, it's crazy. So so this major road bike event was scheduled for that weekend.
For Saturday, all day Saturday.
Right, and so you, in working with the owners of Carson River Resort there. And you got in contact with the Chamber of Commerce there, and
yes,
yeah, because where the camp was going to be at the Carson River Resort, the roads were going to be shut down. There was no way to get to the trailheads on Saturday.
Correct.
And so, pretty cool. So the Chamber of Commerce got involved and said, "Hey, we'll work this out. We want you to come up there. We want you to enjoy our town, and." We're going to provide an police escort to trailheads for on Saturday to get you through the bike traffic
Yeah.
and avoid the bike traffic, I should say. So quickly, the death ride, I don't know how many people, you can look it up on the interwebs there, but they climb all the major passes in that area.
right.
The mountain, high Sierra passes. I mean, low oxygen, it's high altitude, and they're super steep climbs, relentless.
Yep.
I've driven over them, and I get tired just driving over them. So,
Oh yeah,
you
well
know.
that's the same, and this is also the same thing going on. It happens at the same time as the Tour de France.
Yeah, and some of these hills are so steep that they actually have signs posted at the bottom that says Fords only. No, Dodges need not apply.
Really?
So just had to make sure that the Dodge owners know about that.
Well,
and not go in that
it's 2 to
terrain.
1 now.
Yeah.
I got to get my dig in early.
Yeah, I'll let you get on a dig on the Toyotas. I mean, tell you what, when I have to drive up, that the gerbils are screaming at me.
Right.
The gerbils are screaming. Ford gerbils do not like that grade.
No.
I have to, if it would have gone the other way and I would have had holes in the floor pan, I would be Fred Flintstone
Yeah, there
trying
you
to pedal
go.
up the hill.
There you go.
So this death ride was going on, and we were like, oh, this isn't going to work out. But you reassured the club. You're like, no, we got all this worked out. Everything's going to be great, and you did.
Yes.
So okay, so continue with your so Thursday, I guess. Now we're on to Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday had some of our club members. We were going to go out and pre-run part of the Barney Riley Trail
It's a great trail.
because they
I wouldn't know.
because 2 weeks ago they had an earthquake out there.
Right.
So we didn't know if if there was any going to be blockages or anything out there, from rocks rolling around, rock fall, and we needed to find a night run out there.
Night run.
I'm just
James, calm
learning
down, James.
that
James
area.
has already started his rig.
Yeah. And we found what on the Gaia mapping what would be to get up to a summit that we could probably get and have a nice sunset view
Okay.
up there. But it was just like our Adopt a Trail. We had to cut and move. I think it was 25 down trees.
Whoa.
And we worked for 6 hours to open up a couple trails. Well, one of them we started cutting trees and it just got it was too much. It's going to be too dangerous up at the top. The trails are not being used enough out there. So a lot of it is getting very overgrown.
So there's no adopt.
Right there.
No club has that as their adopt a trail.
No, these were spurs.
Just spurs
that
off
we
the
were,
ridge.
that we were working on up there. People, the hunters may use them.
Right.
Up there, to get up to hunting spots. But so then we found one that would work, go over to the second, summit, and that one worked out very well. And we worked, 6 hours on Thursday, just cutting and dragging trees.
Gosh, that's amazing.
Right there.
That sounds all too familiar.
Yeah.
Except we were like 10 hours, 11.
Yeah.
12 hours,
So we worked
something like
from 9 o'clock in the morning till right around 3 or 3:30 is when we called it a day and went back to camp.
that. Okay. Wow. Okay. So then, and then
we
people started rolling in from the club more too.
People were rolling in. So
Okay.
there were people at base camp when we arrived.
How many? How many people were there Thursday morning? How many members?
Thursday morning?
Or to go out on that run you just described?
There was 4 of us.
Oh, just 4.
out
Okay.
there.
That's a lot
there's
of
4
work
of us
for 4
working right there.
people.
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
people or 4 rigs?
It was 3 rigs with 4 people.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a lot of work there.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And
But
and you were going to use that trail Saturday night, or
we actually used that for the Thursday night run.
oh, okay.
Oh, okay, good.
Right there. Yeah. So we got a chance to use that. I estimated a little bit off of what direction true west was.
Okay.
The peak that we got to is more of a little bit of a southwest looking direction. So we didn't get quite the full view of the sunset that I was hoping to get.
Got it. Well, minor details.
Yeah, we all enjoyed it. We got to stretch our legs. There are a lot of kids up there this weekend, and they were running around and watched everything go down, and we had to turn around, and everybody got to use the lights that they have on their vehicles that they never use.
There you go. Night run. That's great.
They always want to turn those lights on, so we gave them a
Gave them
chance.
the opportunity.
Yep.
And it should be mentioned. This is a big run for our club. Like I say, one of the 4 big runs of the year, and our club's non-denominational. So there's, all different types of 4-wheel drives.
Toyotas, Jeeps.
Yeah, we even let Toyotas in. So.
Hummers.
Yeah, Unimog. We got a lot of
Internationals. We got them all.
Yeah, Scout.
Yeah.
So it's cool. And then, so the camp out, we don't want to just, we're going to do this tough trail. So it's cool that there's some run for every type of vehicle.
That's right.
And then you threw in the night run as a bonus.
Yeah.
There's easy runs.
And I'll let you know this. It was the Toyota that was leading the sheep on the night run.
Oh, look at you.
I had the herd behind me.
Did you have your lighted staff or anything for them to follow? Or
well, you were the trail boss.
I saw it right there. Yeah.
You were the trail boss.
Yeah. Trail boss.
Yeah. Trail boss right there. I did have to keep the speed down so they can, stay up there so I didn't lose them.
Well, you are one of the few Toyota owners I know that have low gears that actually knows that they have high gears as well to go faster than just ultra low. Yeah. So that's good.
How many transfer cases do you have?
He's got.
I just have the single Marlin Crawler 4.7.
Right. You got the low.
Well, you need more. I know people.
Yeah,
we can set you up with other people.
It's other people's. So I have more torques.
It doesn't.
So I have more torques.
You need more torques. You got badass suspension on that Yoda. I know that. So you can go fast, unlike other people. But yeah.
So okay. So then we go into Friday.
I got up early, made a pancake breakfast for everybody. We had some bacon and pancake. No chocolate chips, or no bananas. I had to keep it simple.
Yeah, I know.
Did you say bacon?
I had bacon.
Bacon.
Definitely had bacon. But everybody loved the boysenberry syrup and the strawberry syrup that I had out there.
That's a good call. That kicked it up a notch.
So it's like Howard Johnson's, man.
Yeah.
Had 2 runs going out that day. Had a smaller group. I think there was 5 rigs on that. They were going to head out Highway 88 up to Blue Lakes.
Oh, great.
And they were going to run Deer Valley Trail to Highway 4, have lunch, and then turn around and come back.
Nice.
And then the other group was what I call the River Run on the Barney Riley Trail.
Okay.
And that's from Highway 89 to the river. And then when they get to the river, they sit out and have lunch. And nobody went over, from what I heard, across the river to the hot tubs.
Okay.
So wait a minute. Is this coming in from the Leviathan mine side or not?
Yes, the highway. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, where they merge off Monitor.
Right. So that's like 14
yes.
miles in and 14 miles out, right?
Yeah, that's probably close to it.
Yeah, that's a fun trail.
There's so many spurs out there and so many different things. We did on our Thursday reconnaissance. We went to look for a couple of the mines, and we couldn't. There were no mines that we found where you can get out of your rig and go poke around.
Oh, they're all over
there.
The place out there.
Yeah, and stuff. And some of the trails. The guy was keeping me on the path, but the trails are really. Being lost by vegetation.
Oh, really? Yeah, just getting
grown over. And so if we don't
use
those trails, they're going to disappear. Right there.
Well, I tell you, some trails definitely sounds like they're not getting a lot of use, but there are trails that are getting tons of use, like the Rubicon and of course, the Blue Lakes Trail, Slick Rock. So yeah, all these people, you need to get out there.
Hollow even.
Expand your horizons, people. Try out different trails.
Yeah, get out there. I know I couldn't make it on the summer camp out, and this would have been my 9th time trying to do the Barney Riley Trail, being up in the area, physically scheduled to do it, and wouldn't have done it. So that's great. Yep. Anyways, so it's my Snuffleupagus Trail.
Well, if you had the buggy, you'd have done it in 5 minutes.
So Friday night.
So Noah, what should be is on Friday. Well, the two groups were out.
Okay.
I didn't go out on those trails. I went to go scout for a trail that could be used for Saturday.
Okay.
I'm going to call it for an intermediate trail. And I went, since we were camping on the the east side of the river, I went over to the west side of the river and went up, Poor Boy Road up there, and went out to go check because I saw their summits and there's a lake out there. And I was going up that as I was running across the ridge, I was able to see smoke coming from the next ridge over that was in between us and the Deer Valley folks. So I was, concerned of my guys that were out over there running the Deer Valley Trail.
Right.
And I came down, met with Connie at the Carson River Resort, and they knew about a fire. It was been smoldering since the 4th of July. It was a lightning strike in a large granite area. So we caught it at the very beginning of when it blew up out there because of the winds.
Gosh.
Right.
And I did get the frequency for the Alpine counties was using.
Right.
So we were able to keep track of the fire, what was going on there. They had their hands full on Friday. There was an aggressive bear, there was a rattlesnake, a missing child, and a fire. All going two. Actually, it's two fires. A fire started on Friday, and another place. So they were just going crazy, and I was just monitoring the radios, waiting for seeing what's going on and waiting for my our club members to come back.
Wow.
And the Barney Riley folks, made it back in first.
Okay.
And I want to say they came in about 3:00, maybe 3:15. They rolled in, and they said that just after lunch on their way back, they were able to see a little bit of just some white smoke that they were seeing, but they couldn't see it because so much of it, as much as I did, because there was, it was two ridges over from their view. And they came back and we, all started socializing. I told them, dinner, we're going to have dinner at 6:30 and, this is going on. And I'm monitoring this.
Right.
Well, after monitoring the radio, I could not hear any chatter from the Deer Valley folks.
Really?
On any radio because, only having a handheld, I couldn't get out far enough, to get them.
Quite a bit of mountain between those trails. And it kept getting worse out there. And I want to say about 4:15, 4:20, I decided, this is just not safe. It's time to pull the plug on the summer camp out because nobody's going to be able to sleep that night because worried about the fire. So this is Friday night.
And Friday night, yes. Okay. And then just after I started, I said that the 747 air tankers, came over and they were doing the retardant drops.
Yeah, that's
out there.
When they bring out the big guns,
So I told everybody pack up. I said I'm gonna start dinner right now. Pack up. I'm gonna feed you, and then everybody got to go.
Got to go.
Right, you
don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Party's over, folks.
And you had a big kitchen stadium set up and everything because you were cooking meals for Thursday, Friday, Saturday night and breakfast.
I had three easy ups for everybody.
Wow.
And everything all set up there.
Oh my gosh.
So I went in immediately, started, slaving away in the kitchen, making burgers as fast as I could, got everybody fed. They got all packed up, came in and ate. And as they were finishing eating is when the Deer Valley guys came through and they had no clue of what was going on.
Right
there.
Right.
And then
like, why is everybody packing up?
Yeah. And I was concerned that if I didn't know if the roads were going to be closed, if they can get back.
Right.
And with all of their stuff, and we were going to, break everything down and have everything laying next to their trailers.
Shit.
So if they got in if we had to pull out.
Yeah.
but got them fed. Almost it's here's a burger. Eat.
Yeah, eat and get out of here.
And then everybody really helped me break camp down.
Yeah,
and I'm so glad I had that enclosed utility trailer.
Right, just chuck everything in there.
We just chucked everything in there, rolled the Toyota on the trailer, chucked everything in the Toyota, under the Toyota, strapped it down. And I was the last one to pull out. And as I was pulling out, the work crew came racing up from the resort and stopped me and, basically said, you got to get out now.
Wow.
I said, we're the last, we're pulling out.
There was a JL latte maker was there, Rodney, right?
Yeah. He was, the tail end of our group.
Yeah.
Right there.
Because he sent me a photo and he had his Jeep with his trailer hooked up. And then the background was the hill just glowing red. And I'm like, oh, yeah. That's not a good campfire there.
No, you need more water.
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh.
So, and we have one of our club members was in and out, using the outhouse, and one of our club members who's, very laid back. When his wife was yelling at him saying, "I see flames," he started running.
Oh boy, he just busted out.
He busted out to a full sprint because they weren't flat towing their Jeep out. Wife was in the truck, and one was in the Jeep and one was in the truck, and they hauled ass out.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah.
So everybody got out safe, and then all hell broke loose.
Yes.
So you everybody else kind of retreated down Highway 4, especially if they weren't towing. That was the easy way to get out, to head back to like our adopted trail area, Arnold Angels Camp, I should say Arnold area.
Tamarack.
Yeah. And then you retreated to Gardnerville?
Yes, I went to Gardnerville because there's no way without having a transfer case, a four-wheel drive. Right. I didn't want to risk, going up that grade.
Yeah, that is super windy
with the rear wheel drive. Yeah,
there's some hairpin turns in there. I mean, even driving that when the Jeep is just like it's a crazy road, just a narrow. It's 2-lane in a few areas, but a lot of areas it's like one lane. Yeah.
So I'm confused. Was 88 closed?
Yes, because they were evacuating Markleeville. Could not get
north of Markleeville. Oh, so you
correct? We were on the south. We were on the south side. We were on the south side of Markleeville.
Yeah.
So did you have to go over the pass?
I went over Monitor Pass.
I got you. So you couldn't go through. I got you. You couldn't go through Markleeville.
Yeah.
Because that would have been easy. I got you.
Yep.
Okay, right on. I hear you now.
The last thing I want to do is drive in to a fire area and have to turn around two vehicles with trailers.
Yeah, exactly.
Not going to happen.
So you made it over there to Gardnerville, okay, and you woke up the next morning to just everything covered in ash, huh?
Okay, it was like a wool blanket on top of everything.
Yeah, jeez. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
And then you worked your way over to Highway 80 and home from there.
Correct, yes.
Oh, my gosh. So what?
With a little layover in Rockland.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, minor layover, little tire deflation.
Yes.
Little tire deflation.
Shotgun blast.
Automatic tire deflation.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, been there too.
Blow chunks all over the highway there.
Not just a good thing.
Which tire went?
It was a trailer tire.
Right rear on the trailer tire.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Gosh. So, wow. So that had to be scary, and good for you for making a game time decision of like, hey, we need to get out of here. This is not worth hanging out and seeing if wind's gonna change directions or whatever. And
well, it's always gonna be, you want everybody to get out safe. You want everybody to be able to get out safe with all their equipment, but obviously you pulled out early enough where you could get all your stuff, and not have to abandon and just run for your lives.
Right.
I'm so glad that, sort of, had to be the jerk, sort of pull the plug early and just say, because, some people just, they sort of didn't think it was going to be this bad and stuff like that. and no concern at the moment. We have time and stuff like that. And I had to sort of step up and be authoritative and say we're done.
Well,
but,
and then
if I would have waited 2 hours, we would
it could have been a whole lot different story.
It would have been a whole lot. We would have been leaving a whole lot of our stuff up there.
And the fire did. We found out that Saturday that fire did go right through where everybody was camped.
Yep.
So yeah. Good call.
The resort was, they saved the resort.
Yeah,
from the last picture that I saw.
Itself.
The figure, yes.
Yeah, but where you guys were camped, it was that fire burned right through there. Gosh, that's crazy, man. Crazy stuff. It just goes to show you how quickly things can change.
Yeah.
Being aware of your surroundings and again how freaking dry California is. So people. Please, just there's a lot of major fire restrictions in effect. Where no open flame, not even a gas stove.
Right.
So be cognizant of that when you're out recreating, no matter what part of the country you're in. But
don't be that guy or
don't
gal.
don't be that person. And if it's a designated fire ring and they allow fires, that's fine. But if it's windy, probably not a good idea.
Yeah, even then.
If it's, because we've done that. We've been like before the Peter heater. It was like, oh yeah, we're going to fire. I go, dude, it's too windy. If an ember gets out of there or something, man, it's game over.
No, for sure.
Just be smart about that stuff. But holy smokes, Ed. No pun intended. That's crazy.
Something to write home about.
Disappointing, but everybody made it home safe and sound, and everybody's equipment made it home.
Live to fight another day, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this is a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's no fun. No fun.
Yeah.
Well, at least you weren't like in a heavily populated area where evacuation would have been, a nightmare, just sitting on the road with everybody traffic jam.
So you got to be eating pretty well now. You got all that extra food.
What time's dinner?
I'm going to be eating potato salad for the next 10 days for breakfast. For lunch and dinner.
I don't think potato salad freezes very well.
No. There is definitely an expiration date on that.
Sloppy Joe mix.
Oh boy!
And the chili and stuff like that.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to be eating camp food for the next 10 days.
Perfect. You should just pop open your slide out on the camper and just pretend you're camping still.
Yeah.
In the driveway, do some driveway camping, backyard camping.
I do that when it's 115 degrees out here.
I do too. Yeah, I've been known to plug in my camper and turn on that AC, and it's like a refrigerator in there. You can hang meat in there.
Yeah, it's 115 outside, and I get that camper down to 68 degrees inside there, and it feels real good.
Oh yeah,
nice.
That's good.
Nice.
Good. Ed's in there in his fur-lined jacket.
Perfect.
Drinking a beverage.
Well, right on, Ed. We're so happy you're safe. So happy the rest of the club members are all safe and sound, and definitely have something to remember and talk about at the next campfire. Legal campfire when fire restrictions are lifted.
Yeah, we thought it was a pretty good story to have on the podcast, and just that's pretty crazy, man. Just having to evacuate.
Yeah, this will be campfire stories for years to come.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, there you go. You got any final thoughts, final words, or you want to get a dig in on Toyota or Jeep or anything, or I should
give
say
us your
Ford.
IG.
IG is Trailin Yota, so it's TrailInYota. Not very active on Instagram, but that's how people can reach out to you.
Blow them up.
Yeah,
blow them up.
There you go.
No pun intended.
Along with Brody the dog.
Yes, Brody the dog.
Brody the dog.
Yeah, the wire hair. What is he? He's a wire hair.
We believe he's a rescue dog from the local animal shelter. He's getting ready to turn 11 years old.
Wow.
We believe he's a German wire hair.
What's great though is he's gray and white to begin with when he was born, so you don't know what age he is because you can't tell by his hair at least.
Well, he starts to get black.
Oh, is that what it is? It turns black and goes the opposite way.
Yep,
that's awesome.
The comment around camp, father and son looked alike.
Yeah,
with their hairdos.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. Eddie, thank you for coming on the show.
Okay,
Appreciate
thank you for
it.
having me.
Yeah, thanks for supporting the podcast and all you do for the Esprit de Four and the four-wheel drive community.
Absolutely.
See, not all Toyota drivers are bad, Chris.
No.
All right, Eddie, go pour yourself a bowl of that potato salad.
Okay.
All right,
have a good night, guys.
Okay, good night.
Bye.
Well, there's Eddie's take on quite a smoky, fiery adventure there for a camp out.
I'm just glad everybody got out safe.
I forgot to ask him if anybody brought s'mores.
Jesus.
Damn it. But man, that sucks. It sounds like they saved the town of Markleeville, and then that resort. That fire moved very, very quickly. It grew from just a lightning strike on 4th of July that was just kind of smoldering, and winds kicked up, and it went to hundreds of acres to thousands of acres.
Yeah,
it was like 22,000 at one point.
It's 23,000.
23,000 now. So, and hopefully, we're recording a little early here, but hopefully they get some containment because it's been zero containment. It's called the Tamarack fire up near South Shore Lake Tahoe for those of you that are out of state, out of mind.
About an hour south of Tahoe.
Yeah. And as a crow flies, it's not that far away. But
beautiful, beautiful country out there. I mean, there's the Carson River's right there. It's an area very well known for its fishing.
Oh, there's some excellent fishing up there.
Absolutely.
Got some great little fishing spots up there, little honey holes.
Obviously hiking, and you can go panning for gold. You can do all sorts of different things, and then if you continue over the hill and you head into the 395 area, you can catch up with some ghost towns. That's not too terribly far from Bodie and all those areas, and I mean just a beautiful area to explore. And unfortunately, with the way the Sierras are right now, the way the West Coast is with
tinderbox,
it is, and it sucks. And with the fire restrictions, we mentioned it earlier in the interview, but just don't be that person. Just if it's not a good idea to make a fire, and you say it's not a good, just don't.
The other thing I thought of too is you break down out on the trail, and you start using a grinder. A welder.
Make sure you have a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, make sure you got fire extinguishers close by. Everybody should be pulling their fire extinguishers out and have them ready to go.
Jug of water, whatever.
Yeah, just if something did spark up from repairing your vehicle, you're ready to put it out right away because it can get out of control in a hurry.
Yeah, and I was going to say, and I just, God, I mean, this fire, this Tamarack fire, hearing about lightning strike that started on the 4th, and it sounds like it was in some crazy rough terrain. And that's why they the administrators
surrounded by granite. So it was like,
said, we're not going to do it. But man, the guys got to be like, wow, we should have gone in there and maybe put that thing out. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I know it would have sucked to get in there and get out of there, but shit, hindsight's always 20/20. But goddamn, I mean, there a lot of stuff was saved, but there were some homes and businesses that did burn down in this fire so far, and that sucks for them. And of course, the whole town of Markleeville was evacuated. But
right.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. But I mean, holy moly! It just seems to me that you let a fire smolder for as long as they did. That just doesn't seem like a very smart thing to do. But
yeah. What
do I know?
Well, I know. Well, I'm sure there was some reasons, but hindsight's always 20/20, right?
Yep, it is. It is.
So, one other thing, going back to the koozies.
Okay.
We mentioned that you could these koozies, the magnets are so strong that you could pull dents out of a vehicle.
Oh, Tyler's rig looks
apparently
brand new.
Apparently he did. Yeah, apparently Tyler used it for some body work on Kermit, so that's pretty cool.
Looks brand new.
I don't know if our Morphlate code still works, so you can try it. It's a W3Pod at Morphlate.com if you want to get any items from his website. W3Pod.
Badass tire inflator and deflator.
Yeah, and then I know the compressors are available. I don't know if the discount applies to the compressors. I don't know. Give it a shot.
I thought we were going to get one to do a giveaway.
We're supposed to. We're working on it.
Maybe a demonstrator. I think each one of us needs a demonstrator.
Yes. Yeah. That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
I told you in that one podcast, I got to touch it and feel it. It's heavy duty, man. That thing is heavy duty.
Okay.
So it's, it's cranks, man.
All right.
It's probably better than some 110 volt air compressors I've used over the years. So, but so that's that. You got anything else over there?
Well, speaking of compressors, I know that Georgia Boy was posting back and forth to you and me, kind of giving us a heads up that he had some issue with the plug or relays on his ARB twin.
Yeah, so there's two relays that are underneath the cover. Part of the assembly there, you got your two compressors, two motors, compressors, and then in the middle there is your electrical connections, and there's two relays in there.
Right.
And he was getting, the fan was coming on for the motors to cool them down, but the motors weren't coming on. So he's like, what the hell? And then he found that the relays were corroded.
Right.
From water damage. So I learned early on, dielectric grease is your friend, man. And it's wonderful stuff. Yeah, it's a little messy.
Jason loves his grease.
It's not as I do. You gotta lube your balls. But the dielectric grease makes for such a positive connection, and it keeps it from corroding. So I always have a tube of that when I'm working on the rig, especially doing electrical, all the connections, all those nice GM connections and stuff. It's great. So
keeps the water out.
Yep.
Keeps the water out.
Little PSA there. If you have a ARB twin compressor, throw it away and get a Morflate compressor. No, well, you could do that. Yeah. If you got Chris money, what the hell? Why would you spend the time to tear apart a perfectly good compressor to get to the relays and grease them?
I just finished installing mine, so less than a year ago.
Well, there you go.
About a year ago. So I'm not pulling mine out anytime soon.
But I know yours aren't corroded because it hasn't left the garage, so it's totally safe in there.
Oh, come on now. It's been out. It's been out. Speaking of out and about wheeling, and I hate to end a show on a sad note. I really don't like doing that, but I'm sure our listeners have heard, at least the local ones, that there was a really bad tragedy on the Rubicon.
Yeah,
we had a little boy, unfortunately, was run over by a vehicle
unintentionally. It popped out of gear, and he fell, and it unfortunately ran over him and his dad. Yeah. So the quick story is, details are a little sketchy, but what we know is this family here, the Gatia, is that how you pronounce it?
Gatica,
Gatica. So they were out wheeling near the Big Bowl. Just past Gatekeeper area, I guess.
Near Loon Lake.
Yeah, Loon Lake, and I guess they weren't to the bowl yet. Anyway, somewhere in that vicinity, and a Toyota pickup had rolled right behind him.
Right,
and there was a lot of screaming. Obviously, rollover is never a pleasant experience unless you're in a buggy and got no F's to give.
And Lorenzo's driving.
Yeah, or Lorenzo's driving. That happens all the time. But anyways, so. The father jumped out of this rig that was in front and ran back to help,
see what's going on,
and found out that they were okay. Obviously shaken up. And as he was heading back to his Jeep, his 11-year-old son got out and fell.
It was dark.
I think it was dusk or dark or whatever, and then another person was getting out of the back seat and bumped the shifter and put the Jeep into neutral, and it rolled backwards, from what I can gather, and ran over the father and the son. And the son sustained major injuries. They got life flight. I mean, one of the great things about the Rubicon Trail is the communications, the ham radios, and we talk about it all the time. And John Arns was out there.
Yep.
Heard about it, got on the horn. Life flight was out there right away. They got him into the life flight, and unfortunately, the kid passed as they were, on the way to the hospital or right when they got there. So
super sad.
Very, very tragic. Obviously, it was a chain of horrific events that led to this. Why are we talking about it? There's two reasons. One, don't take for granted that it's 100% safe out there. There's so many things out there going on for Willen, and this is a huge tragedy. There was no ill intentions. There was no stupid drunken debauchery, things going on as we've seen before out on the Rubicon. We've all seen it. But just be aware of this, and it really, really freaking sucks. But they have a GoFundMe page.
They do.
So how do you get to that GoFundMe page, Chris?
So the best way I can see is to go to GoFundMe.com, and then you can search for the Gattaca Family Relief Fund. That's GATICA Family Relief Fund. And we're also going to put a link to this to the GoFundMe in our show notes. And it's been they've had some really great support so far. I'm looking at it right now, and it's been very a lot of people have donated money.
Over $32,000 from our community, which is, this is just days later.
Oh yeah,
that money was generated. Applauding the community. This is unbelievable. I think they were looking for 25,000 was the goal to help with expenses in this tragic time. Somebody donated $2,000? Is that what you're pointing at, Chris?
Yeah.
So, oh my God, this is
super generous, but again, it's a super tragic event.
Everybody's heart bleeds, right? So it's easy to open up your wallet. Even if you got $5, throw it their direction. Every little bit helps, right? And this is, I can't even imagine, going through that. We've had a similar tragedy, on one of our trips, where one of our good friend's sons passed, and
you never know.
It is not. It is just nothing you ever wish on anybody.
No, and me being a dad, it's my biggest fear is losing one of my children.
Right,
it literally is my biggest fear.
Not supposed to work that way.
No, it's not.
They're not supposed to go before you. So anyways, that's again, didn't want to be Debbie Downer here, but this unfortunately life incident happened, and Chris and I decided, hey, we want to at least put that out there. If anybody wants to donate, you can go to GoFundMe.com and the Gattaca family. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
I hope so too. Like I said, the link will be in the show notes for the GoFundMe.
Yeah. So if you got some extra dollars, that is a very worthy place to put that.
Medical expenses and just the helicopter ride probably is
who knows what insurance or whatever I don't even want to think about all that stuff too. It's so terrible. You lose your son, and then you got to deal with all this financial and bills and so calling about this and that, and it's like, oh my God.
I don't even want to think about it.
Anyways, pray for the family, and while they're dealing with this tragedy, and
always be careful when you're on trail.
Yeah, it's so easy to get in the zone out there. Obviously, it's a fun sport. That's why we all do it. But unfortunately, over the years, I've seen people get hurt, minor to serious, and I know of probably a dozen deaths or so that occurred for various reasons. But anyways, that's it. I
hate to end it on that note,
hate to do that, but we gotta
take the good with the bad with the good.
Unfortunately, so. Anyways, that is episode 115 wrapped up here. You got anything else, Chris?
No, that's it. I think we're out.